Hi, neighbors. Welcome to another episode of Neighbor to Neighbor, where we find out who lives in your town. Today, we have a very special episode for you. We're celebrating Pride at Dean Park. Come on, let's go check it out. Now it's time to share some Pride history. The Stonewall Riots. On June 28, 1969, a series of protests broke out in response to a police raid at the Stonewall Inn in New York City. The riots sparked increased visibility and activism within the LGBTQ plus community. Gay Liberation Front. The GLF was founded in 1969, shortly after the Stonewall Uprising. It sought to address issues faced by the LGBTQ community, including discrimination, police harassment, and social stigma. Diagnostics. In 1973, the American Psychiatric Association removed homosexuality as a mental disorder, affirming that being gay or lesbian is not a mental illness. Rainbow flag. In 1978, Gilbert Baker created the rainbow flag. The hot pink and turquoise colors were later dropped, leaving the six-color flag that is a symbol of the LGBTQ pride across the world. Don't ask, don't tell. In 2010, the United States repealed the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which had banned openly gay and lesbian individuals from serving in the military. The repeal allowed LGBTQ plus individuals to serve openly, ending discrimination based on sexual orientation. Same-sex marriage. On June 26, 2015, in the landmark case of Obergefell versus Hodges, the Supreme Court legalized same-sex marriage in the United States of America in all 50 states. And we know that right here in Massachusetts, on May 17th, 2004, was the first same-sex marriage in the nation, and Massachusetts was the first in the nation to legalize same-sex marriage. Hi there. Here we are with two of our very own select board members. We have Beth Casavant. Hi, Beth.
Hi, Adiola.
And we have Carlos Garcia. Hey, Carlos.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. And we're here celebrating Pride at this wonderful event in Dean Park. You can see all the beautiful garb around me. We have some flags here. We have some information here. And we're gonna just get to know Carlos and Beth a little bit better. I want to ask you, what what brings you here today? Why are we celebrating Pride?
So, good question. As you know, right, I've been involved with the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Committee since its inception. I know we work together on the task force, and your work has been instrumental in getting us to this point. So, I'm just here to be a supporter of the work that the committee is doing, and also a supporter of our members in the community who are part of the LGBTQ community, and just be an ally, right? Show up for people and let them know that you support them and that you see them and that you value them and their contributions, and that Shrewsbury is a place that's welcoming for everyone. So just here for that. Plus it's fun. There's ice cream and food and beads and crafts, and it's fun. Yeah.
We love that. Thanks so much, Beth. Yes, there's ice cream, there's craft, there's beads. That's incredible. Thanks so much for sharing. Carlos, what about you? What brings you here today?
What brings me here is, I echo my colleagues' comments that support the DEIB for all the work that you guys have done, not just this year, but in the recent years, and in promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion. As you know, as a member of the committee, each of those words is so important, and that's why they're talked about together. I'm also personally grateful for you all in leading the Pride event here in town. I'm a member of the LGBTQ plus community myself, so growing up as a young gay person in town wasn't always easy, but coming to events like this and having events like this where folks in our community know that they can come, they belong, they're loved, and respected by our town is wonderful. So just really want to thank you and the rest of the committee for doing this.
Thank you guys so much. And thank the both of you for just showing up as allies. And I know you mentioned that as an ally, and Carlos, you being part of the LGBTQ plus community. And can you just share a little bit about if folks are watching this and they want to know how they can be an ally, can you share maybe one or two sentiments about what they can do to help support our beautiful community?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think there's a lot of things you can do. I mean, most recently there was a 5K, a Pride 5K, and I think that that's going to be an annual event, so showing up for that, being a part of it, running in it or walking in it, just being there for people, I think speaks volumes, right? Your presence and your willingness to engage with people who may be a part of a different community than you are, right? But we're all part of this beautiful town. And I just think that presence speaks volumes, right? That you're willing to take the time to learn about someone's life and the challenges that they might face, especially now as things have become a little bit less welcoming and less inviting overall, that we're really committed to making sure that Shrewsbury stays a place where everybody feels like they can be who they are, and that would be valued.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that that's so important, being there for your friends and family who are part of the community. I think probably everyone knows at least one person who's a member of the community, whether they realize it or not. And so being that person that individual can come to as a trustworthy friend, as someone that, maybe they need to vent or even have a shoulder to cry on, being that stable person for them is so important. I think the power of love, compassion, empathy, and having that for others is so can really uplift all of us and really get us through some of our more challenging times. And as Beth noted, we're I think in a time period right now where things do feel a little bit less welcoming. So really leaning into your friends and family who are there for you is huge.
Yeah, and I agree with those sentiments. And one thing that gives me comfort is nice to know that we have select board membership and leadership that stand with all of our community, that are inclusive, that appointed a DEIB group in 2020. And as you mentioned, the 5K race that was this May, right?
Well, I think it was just the first weekend in June.
Thank you for reminding me. It was the first weekend in June, and we had the Pride Run 5K, and that was sponsored by Representative Hannah Kane, right?
And I think it benefited Shrewsbury Youth and Family Services, right? And I think it was also connected to the First Congregational Church.
And the First Congregational Church. And we have all of these people coming together despite party lines, despite whatever the situation is, different backgrounds, and we're coming to support each other and we're being inclusive. So I think Shrewsbury is a place that is welcoming, and that's something that I'm very at least appreciative for. So I just want to thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting, and just sharing those sentiments, because anyone who's watching this, if they're looking at the national political climate, they might feel that they can't be their true selves. But here in Shrewsbury and here in Massachusetts, we know that you can be who you want to be. So we just want to thank you for that.
And I think one thing to stress, which certainly I'm proud about, and I think others here in Massachusetts should be proud about, is that we were the first state in the country to legalize same-sex marriage a little over 20 years ago. So, and then the nation followed us about 10 years ago today by legalizing it nationwide. So, we're making progress, and there's many steps and challenges along the way, but when we're together and we take on those challenges, we can make a lot of progress. So thank you again. I mean, events like these and our DEIB committee and going out there in the community and even just talking about it is so important. So thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This is great.
Thank you. Hey neighbors, we're here with Carly Morin from Shrewsbury Parks and Rec. Hi, Carly.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. So tell us a little bit about what you do for Shrewsbury Parks and Rec.
Yeah, so I'm the events coordinator for the town, and so I help coordinate it and facilitate all the big events that you see happening. However, I will say today, this is not my event. I'm just here supporting, and I'm so excited to be here.
That's awesome. And yeah, and we're so grateful to have your support on behalf of the DEIB committee. And so this is the Snack Shack in Dean Park. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing here.
Yes, so today we are giving out free ice cream to the community as part of our Pride in the Park celebration. So we have a whole assortment of choices, and yeah, just a great way to get the community out here learning more about different LGBTQ plus, opportunities that to come out in the community, and yeah, so.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And this is the second annual Pride in the Park. And you were
Yes.
telling me you were here for the first one. How does it compare to the first one? What do you see? What do you
Yeah.
notice?
Yes. So yeah, last year was the first. It was awesome. I think I was connecting with Luis earlier, and just there's always so much care put into these events, and I'm seeing more activities, more opportunities. I know that he's put more crafts out there. There's like a snack table. I love the lawn games. So it's just exciting to see that it's already growing, and I'm excited to see where it keeps going every year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your support as always. And thanks for serving us some ice cream on this beautiful
Yes,
hot day.
I know. Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here.
Awesome. So we're here with Jen. Jen, tell us a little bit about who you are and what brings you to our Pride Fun Day.
Thank you for having me. So, my name is Jen Rifkin. I am the Director of Clinical Partnerships at Shrewsbury Youth and Family Services, and I am here at the request of the DEIB committee. So, we were thrilled to come as an agency and support the Pride in the Park event. I think SYFS is an agency deeply committed to supporting the LGBTQ community, and we love to be a part of any sort of community events that are where we can be an ally and we can show our support.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure you see a lot of youth and you support them in various ways as you so eloquently stated. Can you tell us a little bit about what you think being an ally means for these youth?
So at SYFS, we are primarily there for young people as therapists. So I think as a therapist, one of the best things we can do is, regardless of anyone showing up at our agency, we're going to be there to support them in the best way that we can. We're going to partner with our clients and try and figure out what it is that they would like us to support them with. What are their goals? For LGBTQ youth, sometimes that looks like just supporting them as they start to learn and explore more about their own identities. Sometimes it may be thinking more about how to come out to friends, family, and sometimes it may be facilitating conversations directly with parents and guardians around how to directly support their children.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you for all you do for the community. This is such a valuable asset to have you guys. And you are Shrewsbury neighbors. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
So, Luis, I know as a DEIB committee, this is one of our normal programming. We've done this. This is the second year we're doing the Pride event. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on here, what we see behind us, who we're partnering with?
So we're celebrating our second annual Pride event at the park. We have free ice cream, free snacks. We have swags. We also partnered up with the SYSF from Shrewsbury. And everything was possible thanks to the Shrewsbury Cultural Council. They are providing us with, the ice cream for everyone. We also have games, rock painting. So, yeah, hopefully next year is going to be better and bigger. We're going to have food trucks. We're going to have a programming. See what happens.
Yes, shout out to the Shrewsbury Cultural Council for sponsoring us with the grant, and thank you so much to the Shrewsbury Youth and Family Services for co-partnering with us with this wonderful event. Let me ask you, I know this event is about having fun and bringing people together, inclusivity, but there's also some important resources that are being shared here. Can you just talk a little bit about maybe one or two resources that could be helpful to our friends of the LGBTQ plus community here in Shrewsbury?
In Massachusetts, it actually has Mass Helpline, which is basically a service of the Commonwealth, and it connects you directly to clinical help when and where you need it. If you're not sure of what kind of help or treatment you might need, they can help you. It's 100% free. Well, everything's 100% free, I guess, and confidential, and there's no health insurance required for this. We also have the Trevor Project, which is a non-profit organization. It focuses on suicide prevention and crisis intervention for the LGBTQ plus youth, and it provides 24/7 crisis support via phone, text, and chat. They also offer a variety of resources, education for the youth, for the parents, and for educators as well. From Shrewsbury, we have the Shrewsbury Youth and Family Services, which is a private nonprofit human service agency. And they provide counseling, school-based services, social services, and education services to enhance the lives of families. So those are a few of the resources that we have for people today. Please feel free to check them out. They're free.
Thank you so much for sharing that, and thank you for your time, and thank you for all of the work you put into this. I know as a committee we're here to support, but you really took this and ran with it. All the stuff you see today is really Luisa's doing, and we just thank you. You're the mastermind behind this, and thank you so much for all your contributions to this town, and I know we're better, so much better for it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, neighbors, that's a wrap. I hope you learned something special about celebrating Pride in the town of Shrewsbury. And always remember to heart thy neighbor. Bye for now.